Hello, this is Samdi Haq, and I came back with the PULUMI tutorial next session, which is we'll be going to create today that VM, or you can say it as a compute engine. So let's start with that. So we'll be following the same template, whatever we have done for the bucket. So just give a name here, compute engine, and then inside that if you remember, like, we have created the bucket, right? Config and then variables, then main, then polyme.yaml. So same thing we are going to follow over here. Let us create config here, and now inside this we are going to create the variables, variables.py. Okay, so now we're going to declare the variables and initialize the values over here. So now project name. So our project name will be, let us give the same one like we have given previously for the bucket. So Ptolemy we have given. Now let us give the region. So equals to, here you can give any region whatever you want. So I am using the US Central one, and then we are moving to the zone. Here another one variable will be coming, that is zone. So I will explain what is exactly zone. If you know the any cloud, so you know about the zone. So zone here will be the US Central A. So inside the region, there are multiple zones are available. So that is name called as a the starting ending with the hyphen A. So that is A, B, C, like this. There are different zones can have. So we have declared the zone where we are going to place our instance. So now let us give the instance name here. Instance name. Okay. So now give instance name anything you want. Follow me instance. Okay. So now we are done with this variable declaration. Now we are moving to the main.py. So we are going to create a main.py. Today we are not going to give the name main.py. We'll be giving whatever you want, you can give. So like, as we are going to create the compute engine, that is VM. So I'm giving here compute.py. Okay. So, and another thing we need, right? That is the, what is that? That is polyme.yaml. That must be needed. It should be here. So just we have already written there, right, in the bucket code. So just we are copying it and pasting it here. Okay. So now let us what you have to change over here. Something you have to change, right? Whatever. What is our entry point? Our entry point Python code name is, file name is compute.py. So here the entry point will be compute.py, not main.py, right? So that need to be changed. Compute.py. Okay, we are done with this. Now we are going to write our actual code. So that is nothing but we are going to start writing the instance creation code. So let us do one thing. Let us copy the initial part from main itself, because this will be the same. So we are copying and pasting here. And instead of the storage, we are going to create the compute. So you have to call the compute module here. So after calling this module, just go down and then start with the network. As you know that when we are going to place an instance, there will be the network firewalls and all subnets, but I am not going to create any complex network over here. Simple, I'll be creating a single VPC, simple network, and that inside that automatically I'll be setting up the subnets, not going to create any customizable subnets like selecting the IP ranges and all. So the first starting will be the simple, and then when we will be moving to the another one like VPC subnets and all this thing, that time I'll be creating the more complex one. So right now, just start with the give a name like start with the network. network equal to, you have to give here network equal to which module you have to call compute module, right? Compute dot network. This will be the capital letter. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Start the parenthesis and then here give any name, whatever name you want for for this network. Well, let me give it as a PULUMI network and then comma and then start. As I said that I'm not going to create any subnet manually, so I'll be giving here name auto create subnetworks. Okay, so now once it will be done, now give it a 2. So I'm going to create the subnet automatically. So there is no manual intervention like selecting the IP ranges and all that customizable thing. I'm not going to create right now. So now here I'm going to create the firewall. So firewall in the sense like which whatever the or the port you are going to open for this instance, that port need to be defined and then from which IP address its instance will be uh, easily can be like SSH into this instance. So that is need to be declared the IP. So I'm not going to give any customized IP over here. So I'm going to allow it for the all the IPs. So let's start with that. So here again you have to call the compute dot firewall. Start the parenthesis here and then just give a name of for this network for this firewall. Like give it as a PULUMI hyphen firewall. Okay, so now comma and then here is you have to call the network, right? You have created before this block. So network equals to network ID. So we are connected with the network right now. The above block we have created the network, right? So now IP address need to a port and all need to be allowed. So allows equals to start the bracket, start the curly braces, and then right here protocol. So protocol, which protocol you are going to use, we have to have this TCP protocol over here, and then like which port you are going to use or which port you are going to use for this. So as I said that we have to open the SSH port. So that is 22. So now bracket inside the quote, give here 22. Okay, so now we are done with the port. So now let us go here and give a comma and start the source range, right? Source range in the sense like which range you are going to ranges. Okay, source ranges like in the sense like as I mentioned like when I was discussing this. So there I'm not going to select in particular IP. So I'm allowing for all. So 0.0.0 dot that is the universal one, right? Anyone can access this means anyone can access this VM or SSH into this VM. So that is the global one, right? So now here we are done with this. Now we have to move. Obviously, comma need to be given there, and we have to move to another part of this code. So where we are going to write the real instance, which VM we are going to create here. So give instance again. You call the compute dot instance. So here we are calling the instances, right? So now give a parenthesis, start the parenthesis, and then just call the variables, right? We have declared some variables, right? Instance name first, then give a comma, and then machine type. So what is the machine type here? Or that also we have declared the variables, right? Machine type, we have done something machine type. We did not give here, right? I can like see there because when I was typing that thing, the machine type was not coming. So we have to have the machine type here. Machine type equals to. So which type of machine we are going to create? We are going to create E2 medium. As you know that if you know the cloud, you know there are different types of like instance we can create, or that there are different types you can have. So I'm going to use the E2 medium. There are E2 large and all, right? Uh, Medium. Okay, I'm going to use this one. So now again move back to our compute code and then you just type here machine. It should come right now. Yeah, machine type is coming, right? So now what we have to do, we have to just, we have given the instance name, we have written the machine type. There is another variables we have declared, right? That is John. So John equal to same again variables dot. If you call just John, it should come now, comma. Now we have to pass all this boot disk and all, right? Whatever the some parameters need to be passed, like which type, which family instance you are going to use, all those things, like Ubuntu LTS or something like that family instance. So that need to be passed into a like into a function. So that function need to be called here. So first, let us discuss right here boot disk. So boot disk equal to again compute will be coming, right? That module. Now compute here, right? Instance boot disk args args. So start your parenthesis here. Now inside this, so initialize parameter. So what like I said that some family types of that instance need to be passed. So that should be passed inside the initialize params. Initialize. Okay. Initialize params. Okay. So now equals to here you have to give again compute dot. So instance this function need to be called here boot disk, which you have written initialize, right? Initializing the that particular VM. So initialize params args. Okay. So this need to be called here and then start the parenthesis here and then start writing your image URL. So images equal to, so here how you are writing the image URL. So start with the projects. Okay. So now Ubuntu, we are going to use the Ubuntu OS Cloud Global. We are going to select the global image. Now global, then images, then as I said that family before. So slash family and then slash you have to give that which family it comes under. Ubuntu, then 2004. Let us check. 2004 instance LTS. Okay, so we are done with this. Now we have to give a comma here and then here. Okay, so now let us do one thing that is nothing but we have declared our instance parameters and all. So now we have to have the interface network, right? Network interface card. So that need to be declared here. So network interfaces equals to start your bracket here. So compute. Again, you have to write the compute and call the instance network instance. Which one you are going to connect over here? Like calling here network interface card, right? So you have to write in such a way like instance network interfaces interface args. Okay, I think I have done some mistakes here. Okay, so this is done. So now just start your parenthesis over here and then just which network. You have declared a network block at the top, right? If you go at the beginning, so here is the network block, right? So that call that network equals to network dot id. Okay, give a comma, otherwise it will give an error, right? So now access configs, you have to give their access access configs. Okay, equals to start the parenthesis, sorry, start the bracket again. So now compute dot instance network interface access configs. Access config, what? Hogs. It's the same kind of, right? It's same kind of pattern we are following, right? When we are calling the network interface card, so instance network interface args. When we are calling this function interface access interface, so what will be that? Net internet instance network interface access config args, right? Correct? Okay, so this is a function. Now you are done with this. So once you will be done with this, so now give a comma here, close with the comma here. Okay, so now we are done with our this thing, writing of whole uh, code for the VM instance. Now, if you want to display some instance name and the IP address, so you can start with the PULUMI export. I think last time also I have written this, right? PULUMI export, and then something like instance name. You can give something like this, and then instance dot name. Okay, that is done. So now if you want to display some IP address, that will be the different way. Follow me. Export. Okay, so instance IP, give something like this, whatever you want. You can design it, in your way. I don't care about the design. So let me call the IP and display here. So interface dot network interfaces. So interfaces, take it to zero, array zero. That means the beginning of the IP, the instance. So now dot access configs zero. Okay, this is the starting of, like, as you know that array started from zero. So this is the zeroth position of that particular IP address we are going to call. Then NAT IP. Okay, so we are done with the code. So now let us go through the code again. So if there is anything mistake or anything missed out, so that we can try it out. So this part, this is the simple one. We are just calling the PULUMI module, and then we are calling the GCP, PULUMI GCP, and from there we are calling the compute module, sys and OS, and this is the we are calling connecting with the config these variables and importing that. And now we are declaring here the network, and this is the automatically will be creating the default one, that is subnetwork. And now firewall rules we have declared over here. This is the range of IP, like any IP can be from the any system can be access this VM. I did not mention anything for any particular IP, so that is done. So now here you are, This is the instance logic, how you're going to write this instance. So all these things, variables and all we have passed, right? And then we have declared this like boot disk argument, and we have passed the initialize parameters. What are the initialize parameter will be? So that is the nothing but our image, the image URL. So that is projects, and then that we are going to use the Ubuntu Cloud cloud image, and then the global, and then image, then the family, which family comes under it, Ubuntu 2.0 LTS, 4 LTS. So now we have to have the connect that network. This network need to be connected with our network interface card. So that's why we have written our network interface over here, and then we are calling this network, and then we are displaying that particular instance name and IP. So let us try with this. So let us go once to our PULUMI. So here nothing is there, right? So let us go to our VM instance, Google Cloud VM. So there is nothing, right? So now let us uh, go here and go to our code, and then just start the connect with the project. So let us go that particular command we have to use, this one, like PULUMI config set GCP project, and then let us go to the GCP again. So if I go to the Google Cloud and then just copy the ID and then go here and just paste it. Okay, so there is something missed out, like PULUMI YAML project file not found. Okay, because what? PULUMI YAML project file is not found, it's saying. You know why? Because we are outside that particular compute engine directory. So now inside here, if you type this, then it should work. Polumi.yaml. Yeah. So like Polumi project execute object or something might be we did not save this thing. Yeah, exactly. So let us run again this thing, this command. So now it should be fine. Create the, so okay, so now when it'll be creating this stack, so organization name and stack name, so it's asking for the organization name and stack name. So what will be the organization name? Polemy tutorial, right? So you go here and then just type polemy tutorial slash dev. So it's going to create a dev, right? Okay, so you can see here like polemy dev yaml came here. So now we are going to write the polemy up command. Up. So let us check if anything, any error is there. It will be showing that error. Yeah, there is a something syntax error and all. There invalid syntax. It's saying at the line number because we missed out the comma somewhere. So where it is, we missed out comma. Correct, exactly here. So as I said, no, if we missed out the comma, then it's going to throw an error. So again, run polemic up. So once it will be running the Polemy up, it start creating. So there is another error. So let us find it out where exactly it's getting the error. So that is line number 29 where we have compute instance disk initialize params. So there is the error. So let us go there, instance boot disk initialize params. So this line is the error, right? So instance boot disk initialize params args. It's looking like fine. I don't know why it's giving error. Images. Okay, okay. We have given a wrong here. Something image should be, no? I have to have the image, not the images. Okay, now Polemy up. It should run right now. Yeah. There is another one. Yeah, PULUMI export is not defined. Okay, 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 okay. Where it is not defined, man. It's saying PULUMI export is not defined. Okay, 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 okay. Because what the hell we have did here? Here should be the comma, and I've given the underscore, so it's not going to work, right? So it's not going to export that particular Polemy dot export. It's not going to fetch that one, right? So Polemy dot export, if you give, then it will be. So now you can check it out, right? It's working, right? So it's going to create Polemy to a firewall and instance. So now if I go here and just, you can see that, right? Instance name and IP address output string. So now if I give yes here, it's going to create pause into the GCP. It start creating. So this is created in the stack. This is creating now Polemy network. So this part it's doing. Once this will be done, then it will be moving to the firewall. It will start creating firewall. Once that will be done, it will start creating our instance. Okay, one by one. So wait for some time and then let us check it out. Mhm. So it's very much easy. But if you don't know Python, it will be very difficult for you to learn this thing. First for you have to learn the Python and then you can start with this. It's very much easy and like you'll be feeling like easier than Terraform. I must say that. And coming days, nowadays, like every day the technologies are changing, right? Companies are changing. There's a like every alternative months or some years, it's changing the technologies. One after another is coming. So it's better if you want to grow in your career or you want to get a new job after doing your MCA masters or BTech. So better to have knowledge on each and everything, right? So it's created, like it's created the firewall. Also, it created our instance. So let us go to our instance section into the GCP. Just go here and refresh. It should be creating right now. It should create it actually. Yeah, it's created, right? It is there. The Polymer instance. Okay. So just we have written some codes and just we have run the polymy up command, then it's created, right? So now let us go and do one thing. Let us log into this instance. So we are going to use the browser only right now, not going to use anything else. So just click on that, the transferring SSH key to the VM, and then we'll be inside the VM. Okay, authorize. So it's starting. Just yeah, we are inside the VM right now. Clear. You can see, right? Now, if you want to delete this VM, so manually we're not going to delete, right? We are going here and just we'll type Polymy down. That's it. Okay, it's going to delete the VM. So if you press yes, then it's going to delete everything. And if no, then it's not going to delete anything. If you want to see the details, you can go details. So thank you very much for watching my this Polymer tutorial video. And